All right, we're going to welcome you back to the Principals Podcast. Today I'm riding solo, not because I don't have any friends. They're all in other meetings, but I promised that I wanted to get for several weeks Free Harmony on. I've been working with Mr. Strife to try to coordinate this, but so much has been going on because some of you transitioned straight from the fall play and then you're going into already Free Harmony practice and all the work that you do to choreograph and also learn the songs, and you're doing so in the choir room. And we have been able, I personally have seen Free Harmony work. I saw this on Monday. I want to hear from our guests today. So we have a very small group of a much larger group of Free Harmony. So I would like to welcome, and I will just go off of my vision here. Colin Snyder, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And he is currently, looks like he's in his vehicle, probably in the student lot.
Yep.
Abigail, you got to help us out here. I've always called you Robleski, but it's Robluski. I lost her. I'm getting the one moment, which is fine because this is a podcast and there's technical glitches. While she's working on that, we'll go to Paige Nels. Paige, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just chilling here.
You're chilling in the back conference room. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cole, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. You're at home today? Are you feeling any better?
Yeah, I am home today. I'm feeling a lot better. Still got a bit of a ear infection going on, but that's all right. And I got one of my dogs with me too. So yeah, she's here.
Awesome. And we have Abigail. And again, you have to help us out. How we say your last name?
Okay, the last name is Robleski.
Robleski. Everyone butchers your last name.
No, I know. It's kind of fun though, because everyone says it different. So it's like a little nickname every time someone else says it. You just collect them.
Silent W.
Yep, 2 silent W's.
At the Meet the Toppers, you were like Robluski.
Yeah.
Pronounced that way.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're talking Free Harmony. I saw you perform at Munson Township Hall in front of the Rotary group and their guests. It's a typical annual show. For the last several years, there's been a lot of virtual portions to the show. It's so good to see you back together. And also with a little bit of extra flair because we have the a cappella group that kind of was joining portions of your show, which was really cool to promote them. So when have you all started this year with Free Harmony? When was like the first week that you were coming in the evenings to practice? Was it in the fall or was it more recently?
I have my assignment book.
You have it in your assignment book? I know it was more like in the fall because they had to try. I think we started doing the rehearsals like one of like the first few weeks of school, right? Like the first or second week of school, we started rehearsing. I thought because they'd have the tryouts at the end of the year, and then Mr. Strife and Lisa Marie pick everybody.
Yeah.
What do you got, Paige?
We started on August 22nd, the very first Monday of school. So we started on a Wednesday, and then we started right the Monday after.
And it's only been the last really 2 weeks that you've been really performing all of the things you've been working on.
Yes.
Really? Okay. And Monday was a big kind of big tour. So walk me through, and all of our listeners, where you all went on Monday.
All right. So on Monday, we started off with going to, where is it that we went to first on Monday? Because I was like half paying attention to where we were going and also not because I was feeling so horrible on Monday.
I know at 12 o'clock you were at the Rotary. Where did you go before that?
It was Holly something.
Holly Hill?
Holly Hill and Novelty, I think.
And then you went somewhere after the show, right? We
just stopped at the high school to pick up the rest of the drum set.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And then
Yes.
we went to like where the VFW is almost like
hmm
down, and we did a show at like just the community center.
Geauga Senior Center.
Yeah.
I might be able to figure out exactly where we went.
And then we went to the Munson Township Hall, and then we did,
Heather Hill.
yes.
So let's go through let's talk about the show. You know, we don't have to, you're not going to perform the show in front of everyone right now, but what is the buildup of the show? And maybe each of you if you can recall, maybe starting with Colin, what's the kickoff of the Free Harmony show? What's the first song?
So every single performance we do, we start off with our kind of main theme for Free Harmony. It's listen to the music. We do it every year, both fall season and spring. And we open with it every year, and the majority of us like know it already since we've been doing it every year. You know, a lot of us know it by heart. At least like I definitely do. It's kind of like ingrained into me like muscle memory. So it's always a great song to open with.
And then Paige, what do we transition to next from that?
I can tell you the words, but I can't tell you the song title. It's Merry Christmas. It's like, I hear winter is calling. What's that song called?
Hold on. I think he has it in Google Classroom. Hold on. I'm looking at Google Classroom, guys. I got you.
It's like Wish You the Merriest. I think it's Wish You the Merriest.
That sounds
No, it's not that. It's that's the tap song page.
Okay. Oh, winter is a time for cheer, so everybody gather near.
Okay, the Christmas set. Okay. So it's okay, so it goes
various time of the year. I don't know.
Okay, so the next song after Listen to the Music is We Wish You the Merriest.
Okay, very close. Very good. And what's next?
Oh, wait, no. Sorry. It's A Very Merry Christmas. Sorry, not We Wish You the Merriest. That's the last song we do, I think. I don't know.
So since it's in front of you, Cole, what's the set list?
So you want all the songs that we do?
In a row.
Okay. So we have Listen to the Music, then A Very Merry Christmas, Rudolph on the Housetop, Frosty the Snowman, and We Wish You the Merriest.
Now, Abby, you are all over the place in this. So is Paige, but I'm going to talk to you now since we haven't gone to you. There's a lot of figure eights going on. You're singing, you're moving back and forth, you're choreographing with another partner, guy or girl, as you kind of have little groups that you're with. You're getting tossed up in the air 65 times and caught. The guys are sweating at the end because it is a physical workout for both parties. Is it really hard to learn all those steps? I mean, it's like there's got to be 1,000 different movements that you're doing in the entire set.
So I'm gonna say, for me, it was a little bit difficult because I've never done Free Harmony before. I've never been in a show choir, so this was my first year. But it took me all the way up until the first performance to get down the songs. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first performance that we did on Monday, it was like a rejog of my memory because the previous Monday I was out of school, like I was not feeling good. So I missed our last dress rehearsal. But like, yeah, so it's pretty difficult to learn. The thing that I would say is the easiest would be the lifts, definitely, because I don't have to move my feet or arms. I just have to be there.
You kind of have to do a little quick jump up.
Yeah.
And they hold you up.
Yeah.
Almost like a bear hug.
Mm-hmm. That's the easiest part of all of the dances, definitely, is just being lifted.
Colin, Cole, do you both do lifts? Do you pick girls up?
Cole does. I do not.
Yeah, I actually Paige is actually one of my lift partners for one of the songs. So I'm lifting her, And from a personal experience as being a lift guy, it is a lot of fun. It is definitely one of my favorite things about Free Harmony because I love being able to just like throw someone up in the air and just like hold them. And I think later in the year we'll probably get into some like what we did last year at the dinner show. I don't know if you saw the dinner show, Mr. Murray, but we had the all the other different kinds of lifts and stuff that we did and stuff. And I think we'll do those again later in the spring. But the lifts for the guys is also the easiest because we literally just have to stand there and hold them and do not drop them. And that's literally basically it. And then like be on time with everything.
Does Lisa Marie French help with the choreography?
Yes,
Oh,
she's
she's the
Cheers
spirit.
and all.
she's the choreographer for
Okay, so what's really great is that there's true tiers. The back row, super tall. There's things happening in the middle and the front. There's a tier of you don't know what to look at because everyone's doing something cool. I know. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say something about the lifts. It is very hard sometimes because our outfits are very slippery.
With the it's almost like a red satin.
Yes.
And you guys are pretty much in tuxedos, it looks like. So there's definitely sweat coming down from everyone's brow because there's a lot of movement. But what I love is the closing is kind of feels like the scene that you see from The Grinch or Charlie Brown. You're all kind of like together around a tree, like holding hands, like that type of feel. So as a person in the audience, it kind of has a nice buildup to a nice kind of real powerful closure that goes right back down to the same type of buildup. And let's give a mad shout out props to the a cappella group who's also a part of like at least a part of the show for what I saw. Because you have all of the different sounds that the people are making and singing. And then you have the soloist, which is absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend you see it. But let's also give some love to all of the instrumentalists that are in the background helping with the whole process. It's Free Harmony, next level, really show choir of them performing. It's been a staple in our building for as long as I can be aware of. It was the staple in which I was a student. It's one of the highest there's so many different highs that you can get in music, and also choir and also fall play and spring musicals. And then Free Harmony is kind of like, we'll call it like, I'm not going to treat it like that, but it feels like the all-star group because there's like singing and dancing choreographed together. So you guys are really, really, really amazing. And not just you are speaking on behalf of a larger group. We got to give also love to Mr. Strife, because he is a magician. I love him. He and I are the exact same age. He's like Mr. Holland's Opus. Like everyone wants to just perform for him. And he is also performing with you. He's on the keyboard. He's also helping with vocals. It is a true leader that you have in Mr. Strife. We are truly blessed. When's your next show?
We're this Friday. So tomorrow, actually, we're going to be going out to perform. As far as I know, we are performing. I think we are going to be performing at the middle school tomorrow. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I know we're performing at there. I know we're performing there. I know we're performing at, I think, the NDCL nursing home facility. And then there's another nursing home that we're performing at. I think it's the one down by King Cone. So, yeah,
Awesome.
Those are our performances for tomorrow. And I know with the middle school, we're going to perform for like each grade individually, or like I think like a couple grades at once. I am not really entirely sure. But from what I know, that's what we are doing tomorrow.
And then you have the holiday concert that you also perform at and
Yes, which I
mentor.
believe is December 19th. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that one too.
At 7 o'clock? Is it 7
Yeah.
or?
I think it's at 7, yeah.
It
At the
is.
at the Menor High School, I believe.
And that's gonna be all the choirs, and then it's also gonna be Free Harmony and the a cappella group.
And
It's gonna
also
be
band
awesome.
too.
Oh, and bands.
That is
Um,
a definite must see. I love going to that every year. I wish we had that auditorium on our campus.
like what you were saying about free harmony, like one of my favorite things, like it's like I do a ton of like the arts here, like I do the plays and band and choir, but like I joined free harmony sophomore year, and it's like really created a family for me outside of like my normal activities too. Like it's something that I know everybody looks forward to on Monday nights because we just get to like relax and do something fun, and like sweat and just like run around together and get our energy out. But like it's something that like I don't know, some activities like are really competitive, because there's like a hierarchy and stuff like that. But that's not really the case in free harmony because we're all perceived as equals. Because in choir, we all really need to balance each other out to really create music. So that's what I really like about it.
That is a great promotion to Free Harmony, and our music and our arts. Um, I have a I might not be the one that will be in front of a choir singing or playing an instrument, but the appreciation that I have along with so many others. Um, and what I love is when it comes to the holiday concert, the alumni that come back to just perform for the great Alleluia at the end. It's just moving to see generations of Hilltoppers on that stage. It's something special that I know that every school has something special, but we have an extraordinary music department with Miss Lickler and Mr. Strife and all of their accompaniments that you have at times. Obviously, Lisa Marie plays a role. Mrs. Watson plays a role. Even in previous years, Miss Parabeck, along with Cassie Tarbett, all who I actually taught years ago. It's amazing to see all the work that you all put in. So, one last question I have before we give shout outs. This has been a really stressful time of year for all of us, not just in this school community, but just because it's the weeks before a holiday or Christmas season. Is there any sort of tradition that you long for as a family this time of year that you like have already done as a family or looking forward to as we get close to this winter break? And anyone can go at any time.
So basically, every year with my family, we will have we'll watch like the movie Polar Express.
Yep.
Every Christmas Eve night, we watch Polar Express, go to bed, wake up, and Christmas, get to open presents with the family. Sometimes every now and again we'll have like other people over on Christmas who like stayed the night before. I think my uncle on my mom's side is going to be over that night, so he'll be with us on Christmas morning. And during Christmas Day, we go over to my grandparents' house and have food, and like there's more presents there and stuff. So that's all great. And then New Year's, we host New Year's at our house. So all the family and like some friends will be over at our house to celebrate New Year's for us, and it's just a great time. And that's one of the things I love about the holidays is just people coming together and being happy. Nothing can really beat it.
Please tell me that you performed the hot chocolate song in front of everyone.
I wish. I wish I could. The only problem is I'm probably the only one in my family who probably knows it by heart. which is funny because we watch it every year. But like they kind of just like, okay, here we go, it's a hot chocolate thing, and I'm getting all hype about it, and they're just waiting for it to be done. It's just
That's an extraordinary scene, and Tom Hanks does an awesome job in that entire Polar Express. But that is a staple in our household when that comes on. That it doesn't matter if you can carry a tune, you're doing something with that scene. Paige, do you have something you long for, look for, or have already experienced so far this holiday season?
My ever since I was little, my aunt has done like gingerbread making parties, like gingerbread house making parties, but we do graham crackers. So we're doing that Sunday actually, so I'm super excited. Like I take a picture of mine every year. They normally don't get eaten, but I know the little kids who make them do eat them.
Those can get super hard.
Yes.
But that is fun. Cole.
So usually for Christmas every year, we like Christmas Eve and stuff. We like kind of just like spend with like whoever. Plans change and stuff, and plans happen. I don't know, so it just kind of happens. But usually Christmas morning, what we end up doing is like all main family gets together at my grandma's house, and we go there for breakfast and stuff. And we always watch A Christmas Story. I think you guys know that, and I don't know if you guys have seen the new Christmas Story, A Christmas Story Christmas or whatever on HBO Max that came out.
Pretty
But
good.
yeah, so we do that usually every year. And then like as far as like New Year's, we don't really do anything in specific for New Year's. Usually it's just like my family and I, or my family is out somewhere, or I'm out somewhere. I usually work uh New Year's Eve, and which is really good at work because I get a lot of money, so that's good though. But yeah, other than that, like that's kind of just like the main stuff that we do.
Abby, you only been in Chardon for 2 years. So you have had a lot of traditions that you've kind of
Yeah.
traveled with.
Yeah.
So
So,
what are some things you long for?
one thing that we do every year is this Polish tradition called Vilia. It's 12 dishes of food that's not meat, but we do have fish. Usually my grandpa fries either like walleye or pollock or something like that. It's always at their house. You know, we do like a platik where we like break the bread, and then
Oh
it's
yeah.
like serious dinner. Like there's no talking. Like you eat by candlelight, you eat in the dark, like everything. So that's one of the traditions that we do.
You have a visitor.
Yeah, our pool is getting the fence put in, so there's people outside. Um, but yeah, so that's something that I look forward to. Just because we do it every year. It's usually on the 24th. It's a Christmas Eve dinner, but this year we had it early because we're going to be in Florida, so we wanted to make sure that all the family could still come. So yeah, that was a couple weekends ago. Another thing I'm like looking for right now, when we went to Spain a couple Christmases ago, there's this tradition that they do. I'm actually not sure where it is, but it's like a little log, and their tradition is like you feed it fruit and candy and it grows every night, and then on Christmas you like cover it and you like hit it with a stick, and then that's how your presents get there. So we bought one when we were in Spain. I'm just not sure where it is. It's usually up. But yeah, that's another thing. We just have one. We don't do the tradition, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I think the best thing that for us is like all of us, when we all put the tree together as a family. Yes, the celebrations together with family and friends is awesome, the meals, but like you'll understand this someday because many of you are at the point of being transitioning into college life where like as an adult you really celebrate those moments with your children. So that's what I truly love. Let's give some shout outs before we head out today. Someone you want to give a shout out to. Doesn't have to be in Free Harmony. It could be anyone you'd like. And as you think, I would love to give a shout out to our new secretary, Kristen Parkins, who's over in attendance, picked up the job literally on the Monday after Thanksgiving and has figured it out so quickly with the help of our secretaries and is doing an amazing job. So my shout out goes to her.
My shout outs are going to be for Vince Petrowski and Brendan and Aiden Croyle because they're my lifting partners. So that's my shout out.
That's awesome.
All right, I'll just go. My shout out is going to be, I've got a couple here, as always, the normal, family and friends, they're some of the people. Okay, and also my dog, she wants to be shouted out too, apparently. There's the other one, that she's in my parents' room. But I'm shouting out like mom and dad, especially my sister Sam. She was in Free Harmony previous. Actually the same amount of years I did it since sophomore year. And she's off doing her own things right now, but Sam was one of the main reasons that I'm doing Free Harmony. And like another big shout out to like some of the old Free Harmony members like Olivia, there was Elias, August, and just like a lot of those other like Free Harmony people that we had. Lou Petrowski a couple years ago, as she was like one of the main choreographers. Okay, my dog really wants to be on the podcast apparently. Hi Bella. What are you doing? But yeah, besides that, like that's kind of like where my shout outs are going.
That's awesome.
So I would like to shout out to everyone in my family, of course, all of my friends. I want to shout out to Mr. Schaefer, cross country and track coach, for being very supportive in everything I do other than running and also running. We had a very good season, and I'm very thankful for that. Previous alumni, including my sister, Kirsten Henry, who was in Free Harmony and a lot of the musicals back a few years ago. She graduated when I was in 8th grade, so she was here a little while ago. And I'd also just like to give a shout out to Mr. Strife as well. I know we were kind of already talking about it, but it's all possible because of him.
Yeah, now that you guys are talking about it, I realized that a lot of my friends that I still keep in touch with that are in college were in Free Harmony. So that's kind of weird. But I would like to give a shout out to the Fritzers, Enslaved Dissonance, otherwise known as Free Harmony, Mr. Strife, and all the dogs on this video call.
Yeah, there's been a lot. That's awesome. Colin, Kirsten had a voice that could freeze you wherever you were. Does she still sing?
Yes, she actually was just in a production down in Florida, Guys and Dolls, and recently she was cast in a live production, like a moving show production of Paw Patrol. So yeah, no, she's doing great. She graduated from Kent last year. Yeah, she graduated from Kent with a bachelor's for theater, for musical theater. So, and she has an agent and all that great stuff. So yeah, she's doing a lot of great things. Unfortunately, she's not going to be with us for Christmas this year because she's in New York. But, yeah, she's doing a lot of great stuff.
It was really powerful. Her graduating class had a volume of singers, including Connor Prussia. They might have done Les Mis their senior year for the musical. I know Connor was in that, and maybe it was Connor's senior year. Maybe she graduated, but I remember they did a duet of "Baby It's Cold Outside" for a talent show. That it was like they should record this. It was so good. Again, our bands, our musicians, our soloists, ensembles are next level, and all of our families who are watching that know that. We are promoting our Free Harmony today. Did you call them the Fritzers?
That's our a cappella group.
Oh.
That's our nickname for it.
That's funny. Fits very well. You're going to be out in the community starting tomorrow. I don't know if this is part 2 or part 3, and then you're going to be doing your main showcase here for the holiday season on the 19th, which is our first day for midterms. But for most of you in music, that is your midterm, your performance, which you can't beat for those that hate tests. Go up there and sing. Because you're so comfortable at it. You're like, that's easy grade. But it's such a moving night. I can't wait to be there, take photos, also record this, and I will do that. I want to give a shout out also to Mr. Jevnikar, who did record it and then put it up on our TV so people can see. I know it is embarrassing for some, and for others, it's really cool. Thank you for joining today's podcast, and I wish you a wonderful Thursday and an even more beautiful Friday. So I'll see you all. If I don't see you in the building later on today, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So have a good night. Go Toppers.
Go Toppers.
Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.